It's the women's singles, and here's how the draws panned out. We'll see that bottom match between Sonia Chair and Tai Tzu Ying later, but we're concentrating initially on the second match on that little graphic. Brings together ONGBAMRUNGPHAN from Thailand and Saina NEHWAL, of course, a former world #1 from India. 6-year age difference between the two players. NEHWAL will come in as a pretty warm favourite, although you have to go back all the way to 2015 to find the last time that she actually was at the top of the rankings. So 4 years ago, but still more than capable of winning events at this level. And here they come, bang on cue. ONGBAMRUNGPHAN, just 23, hasn't won a title since she triumphed at the Thai Masters, and that was a couple of years ago, but she's the kind of player that can give the big names some trouble, and that may well be the case this morning. We'll have to wait and see. It's just gone 10 o'clock local time here in Changzhou. Officials out on court, as you can see. And she does have a victory over NEHWAL, and that was the last time they met. Straight games, albeit 2 years ago, and it was when ONGBAMRUNGPHAN had home advantage.
Group 3 mixed doubles. Goh Shunhua, light 11 champion for Malaysia versus Ipipong Wongpapit, Savitri Amkai from Thailand. 裁判员何西，中国；发球裁判苏晓峰，中国。Umpire He Xin from China, servicer Su Xiaofeng from China.
3 courts in operation here today at the Olympic Sports Centre, which has a capacity of just over 6,000. There's a main stadium just across the way from here, which holds nearly 40,000. They use for concerts and athletics in particular. 18th year of this China Open. Let's give you a little bit more information about these two players, starting with the 23-year-old Thai, who's ranked number 18. She was up at 11. You can see that there was about a year ago. She's had an okay season, I guess you'd say. Won just over half of her matches. Very intelligent woman. She's got a sports science degree, and she has got 4 career titles to her name. Won the Malaysia Masters as a 16-year-old, but no title for 2 years. And on the other side of the net, ranked 8 now, Saina NEHWAL. Around 25 international titles she's won. She's a 3-time Olympian. Got a bronze, of course, in London at the 2012 Games. And she's also the reigning Commonwealth Games champion. Won in 2018 on Gold Coast. She also took gold 8 years earlier at the Commonwealth Games. Big win for her was the Indonesian Masters in January. Sydney Gallos is in the chair from New Zealand, and he will be assisted by service judge Stéphane Venet from France. I mentioned there's $1 million of prize money up for grabs this week. First prize in the singles is a cool $70,000 US and a whole load of ranking points that go with the cash. Sense that ONGBAMRUNGPHAN needs to make a decent start here. If Saina NEHWAL asserts early, you suspect it's going to be difficult for the Thai to fight back. If she makes the better beginning, however, could be in for a fascinating match between these two.
Ladies and gentlemen, On my right, Busanan ONGBAMRUNGPHAN, Thailand. And on my left, Saina NEHWAL, India. Busanan ONGBAMRUNGPHAN to serve. Level. Play.
So the tie will get us underway. First shuttle struck in anger on day 2 of these championships, and straight away, nice piece of deception from the tie.
1 love.
There were some first round matches yesterday, the continuation of them today. Second round will be tomorrow, quarterfinals on Friday, semis on Saturday, and the medals and the money, and we dished out on Sunday afternoon local time.
Service over.
Nice idea, just wrong execution. Don't think that Nehwal would have got to that had she not just mishit it a fraction.
2.
Oh, great shot again. Well, she's clearly come in with a game plan.
It's over. 3, 1.
So far, executing it extremely impressively. And it must have very well thinking that she's going to be dragged to the net by these little pieces of deception on a regular basis in this match. Another example of it there. That's long though. I think cutting out unforced errors is also critical for the tie. Just can't afford to give the Indian any cheap points.
Service over.
Yeah, a bit of a
2.
wry smile from Nehwal. Knew that was a chance, which she didn't take. Drifting wide.
Service over. 3, 4. Change shuttle. Play.
Oh, I'll tell you what, she's got that shot off pat, hasn't she? That's 3 or 4 already.
Service over.
I reckon only 4 of those 5 points with that particular weapon. And Nehwal there's going to have to find a way to deal with it. Oh, that was the bite a bit.
Service over.
Lovely touch from Nehwal.
4-5.
And all of a sudden, you look, the feel of this match, albeit very early stages, is that ONGBAMRUNGPHAN was playing the better badminton. But look at the scoreboard, and it's all square. Not for long, though. Excellent placement.
Service over. 6-5.
Oh, yes. Just thinking that Nehwal hasn't landed a single one of her smashes, but ONGBAMRUNGPHAN right in the groove early.
5.
Well, that's fantastic play from the tie. It really is. A touch of an angel at the net at the moment. Almost can't believe what they're watching.
5. Busanan, back on court, please.
I think Nehwal was more in hope than expectation, looking at the umpire there, saying, was that, did she touch the net there? No chance. And a little bit of daylight on the scoreboard now for ONGBAMRUNGPHAN.
Service over. 6-8.
Just mentioned that we do have a Hawkeye in operation this week, so each player has 2 challenges per game. And if they are successful, if she lands another one of those, if they are successful, then they'll keep them.
9-6.
Little bit of good fortune, but they say it favours the brave.
6.
And it's been a really good start for the tie. A late decision to play that. Usually doesn't work. And it hasn't here either. A 5-point lead for ONGBAMRUNGPHAN at the mid-game interval.
बहुत ज़्यादा मुक्के पास रख दिया वो जब लगाते तो उसको दूर भेज अपने डीप कॉर्नर से तो उसको फोर्स करके मार रही है तो बहुत ही शॉट है पूरा की समथिंग फोर हैंड साइड नहीं छोड़ना फोर हैंड साइड रेडी रहना डीप कॉर्नर से सिंपल रखना फोर हैंड साइड एक इधर एक ड्रॉप शॉट्स 3 पॉइंट उधर रेडी रहना
20 seconds.
मत तो खेल
20 seconds.
Well, if she didn't think she was in a battle before, she certainly does now. Flying out of the traps. ONGBAMRUNGPHAN serving 11-6. Six points in a row.
6. Change shuttle.
Oh, tell you what, that was made to look ridiculously easy.
6.
And anyone who's ever played this game knows it was anything but. Look at this. More deceptions at the moment than a thriller writer. And Nehwal has no answer. Not at the moment. That's good as well.
14. 6.
And the
Change
score is a completely fair reflection of the way this match has gone so far. Not just that ONGBAMRUNGPHAN is ahead, but she's been a different class to her opponents so far. Don't write Nehwal off though that easily. Almost
Service over.
surprised when that came
7.
back off the net. Normal service resumed.
Service over. 15. 7.
Well, that might have well been drifting out. It was a miscalculation. And that one as well. Might have missed a trick there. ONGBAMRUNGPHAN, couple of those shots she played. I don't think she had to. Always obviously much easier from up here.
Back and forth. Thank you. Change shuttle.
May not matter in the scheme of things in this
It's over.
game.
8. 15. Play. 9. 15.
Don't want to give Nehwal any kind of a invitation to get back into this. He doesn't need much. Oh, that's a beautiful shot again.
Service over. 16. 9.
Always fascinating when you can tell a player's come in with a plan, and she's executing it wonderfully well. And Nehwal just can't get to grips with her opponent at the moment. Good leave. I think virtually all the points that Nehwal has won have been
Service over.
errors from
1 point, please.
ONGBAMRUNGPHAN. But of the 16
10,
points the Thai has
16.
won, the vast majority winners. Well, softens her up with a drop shot, and then the winner, almost like a boxer with a
17,
jab, and then
10. Line
the right
judge.
hook comes in at some point,
Saina.
and she goes for the kill.
Saina. Saina. Can you kill the line judge? Thank you. Thank you. Service over. 17, 10.
Too much power for Nehwal to handle,
18, 10.
as this game inexorably draws to what seems an inevitable conclusion at the moment. Relentless.
19,
Absolutely delicious angle again. I was mentioning that victory that she had
20.
against the Indian
Game
a
point.
couple of years
10.
ago. Yes, it was 24 months back, but when you know that you've beaten a player, which you hadn't done before that, specific player, there's no sense there's a invincibility there. 10 game points here. Just needed the one. Well, that's a quite brilliant game from Busanan ONGBAMRUNGPHAN. 21 points to 10. That did not flatter her
10.
in the slightest. And Nehwal has a whole world of problems here to try and get back into this, because she's been utterly outclassed in that first game. 18 minutes, 21-10.
If you not prepare it, it's okay. And smash now is okay. But if you can control him, it pounds up in you still. If you want to rally something now, it's more push something here, just wait. Something just only you can give me something. Today is about clear and throw. When you change the speed, something. But when you more push, more attack something, you just follow speed or something. And then control, just do.
That is why you need a start stop. That is why you need, because after the service that is missing, the first shot is missing.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
तेरे को पता था वो लास्ट वाला ना 18-10 पे वो मारी हो. You knew it was coming. मैच में ध्यान दे, अभी जीतना है. चल चल, एक पॉइंट.
So what can NEHWAL do about ONGBAMRUNGPHAN's clear supremacy in this match up to this point? Just got an issue, I think. Some door not being shut or a light. Not quite sure exactly what the problem is. Sydney Gallos, the chair umpire.
Second game. Level. Play.
So now we're good to continue. That victory I was telling you about, by the way, on ONGBAMRUNGPHAN against NEHWAL in Thailand a couple of years ago, was in straight games. So it's not just that she's beaten her reasonably convincingly, but they were two fairly tight games, but certainly there won't be any kind of inferiority complex despite the difference in the rankings. Just push that a little bit.
Service over. 1-0.
Well, entirely the wrong position to play that shot. No, well, I think she thought originally it was going long, and then realised that it wasn't. Absolutely no man's land she found herself. Good lift again from the tie, just keeping the pressure on, and it told.
3-1.
It's a better rally from NEHWAL's point of view, but once again, she blinked first. That's about the first blow she's landed. Just about almost the first point she's won without it being an error from her opponent. It's a little bit short that time, the lift from ONGBAMRUNGPHAN, and eventually she was punished. But it's been a long time coming from NEHWAL's point of view. On the line, thought about a challenge, and then decided against it. I think she knew it had caught the line, pretty close to it. NEHWAL, yeah, no problem with that. It's just inside the line, in fact. absolute precision, rapier-like down that sideline. Can't hit a shuttle any better than that, or place it any better. Just continuing in this second game where she left off in the first. Just a fraction wide.
Service over.
She might have
3.
asked Hawkeye to check that, but no. Well, tell you what, it wasn't bad play from Nehwal, but it was fantastic athleticism
6-3.
from the tie. Keep that rally alive and eventually produce that kind of an angle, which was too good.
Service over. 4-6.
It's got to be wary not to give Saina any encouragement. She certainly didn't in the opening game. Maybe a tad ambitious from that range.
वो जो गिर के खेल रही है ना नया रेंट से वो क्रॉस खेल सकती है.
Change the shuttle.
So just threatening to get back into this now. Saina Nehwal.
5-6. Play.
Yeah, always too short. Never going to let that go unpunished.
7-5. Busanan. Play.
Get the impression this is a really important stage of the match. If ONGBAMRUNGPHAN could have got a,
Service over.
still might, 3 or 4 point lead at the interval. It's going to take a lot of pegging back if Nehwal hangs tight.
6-7.
Might start to put some pressure on her opponent. Oh, and again.
Service over. 8-6.
Yeah, right on the line. Was great defense initially from Nehwal, but in the end, she had to give best to her opponent.
Service over. 7-9.
Wow, that's, for once, the Indian getting the better of that little hairpin exchange at the net.
Eight, 9.
Made it again.
Service over.
Every time that Nehwal thinks, I'm going to get a foothold here, her opponent does something like that. It's more placement than power. Now that's a bad miss.
Service over. 9.
Little bit of a gift of a point there for Nehwal. She'll take everything she can get, and however she gets them. Back within 1. Is that a turning point? On terms for the first time.
10. All.
She's never ahead at any stage in the first game. So well. And that error means that she's now ahead for the first time in the second game. 11-10 at the mid-game interval.
कुछ नहीं चाहिए तो स्मैश मार के भागी तो किसी को भी स्टैमिना चाहिए, किसी को भी नहीं है। ये सुपर सीरीज में किसी को भी नहीं है कि इतना स्टैमिना है। हाथ में मार के भागने का स्टैमिना नहीं है किसी में। क्रॉस को टॉस को स्ट्रेट ड्रॉप, धीरे धीरे पहले उसको आगे आने दे, फिर यू हिट स्मैशेस। इफ यू हिट, she is hitting flat toss to you, hitting smash on her, she's giving, you are going to run. You will get tired, anyone will get tired. Either you hit a height or make the opponent run. Opponent is standing, and if I make you play corner work, will I get tired? No, you will get tired. Same thing. Play a soft shot. Play, first shot, be ready. Slow down the rallies. Play the drops.
Eleven, 10. Play.
That's much better from Saina NEHWAL. Just starting to ask a few questions of the tie for pretty much the first time in the match. And so far, she's not been able to have the answers. And if she does lose this game, she'd be a big underdog, you'd fancy. Just with the momentum. Needed that.
Service over. 11, 12. Oh.
I think ONGBAMRUNGPHAN has to realise the best chance of winning this match is to win this game. Sound obvious, but in terms of the confidence of her opponent, that's a nice shot again. It's what she did so well in the first game. Oh, great play from both women. Wow, that's a phenomenal point for the tie. And it's 4 points in a row now, just at a moment when it appeared a NEHWAL comeback was on.
Line judge, mark the court. Change the shuttle. Second court. Fourteen, 12. Busanan, ready to play.
Well, at the moment,
15,
nothing going
12.
for Saina NEHWAL at all. That little window of opportunity she had earlier in this game with a 2-point lead and a little bit of momentum, but ONGBAMRUNGPHAN has snuffed that out. She's going to be sick of that shot.
12.
Not her. She won't be sick of playing it. NEHWAL on the receiving end yet again. Absolutely relentless.
17, 12.
And this would be a really good win if she can just hold her nerve here against a player still ranked in the world's top 10. Down at 18 on ONGBAMRUNGPHAN, remember. It's a great get again from the tie. Backhand just a little loose.
Service over. 13, 17. Change the shuttle. Service over.
Could have gone either way, couldn't it? But I don't think that
18.
NEHWAL in truth can really begrudge her opponent any good fortune in this match. Just 3 points away now. a wayward one.
Service over. 14-18.
Well, even for her, that was tough,
15.
because it was a pretty good
18.
shot from Nehwal. I think that was a big point. She lost it.
Service over.
Suddenly, Lee would have been down to 2. As it is, 4 clear. 2 required for a great win in pretty quick time. Well under an hour if she sees this through now from here. That was surely going wide. One of the few occasions where Nehwal's got the better of her opponent in that kind of a rally. Guess if that is going to happen to you, do it when you're 19-15 ahead. Another big point here as Nehwal tries to get to within 2 and just sow a few seeds of doubt in ONGBAMRUNGPHAN's mind. Oh, that is phenomenal. And it sets up 4 match points.
Service over. 20. Match point 16. Change. Ball.
Yeah, it wasn't the best serve.
Service over.
Right in the hitting zone.
17.
Bit of a gift.
20.
Still, 3 more coming, if required. And that will do it. Fantastic win, 21-17 in the second game. ONGBAMRUNGPHAN just too good for Saina NEHWAL, outclassed in double quick time and in straight games, and with much to think about.
Match won by Busanan ONGBAMRUNGPHAN.
Tell how pleased she is, and
21-10,
so she
21-17.
should be. That was an eye-catching display from the 23-year-old. And that's what it means. Just 43 minutes on court, 21-10, 21-17. We've got men's doubles action coming next.